Hello and welcome to Temple of Akasha, the home of embodied spirituality with me, Natasha. So I wasn't planning to film a video today. I definitely wasn't planning to share this, but it's really prominent in my heart and I feel will resonate with a lot of other cosmic beings, starseeds that follow my work or perhaps come across this video. Whew! And I may get emotional. I'm just gonna put that out there because I've had quite a lot of people recently say to me that they don't feel that I'm happy and ask me what would make me happy. And this has been a kind of commonality throughout my life, this searching for happiness for me. I spent from my mid-teens to my late 20s in cycles of really tumultuous mental health, anxiety, depression, suicidal ideation. I then went through a spiritual awakening, then a Kundalini awakening and a twin flame journey. And I'm here now at 30 with a lot more awareness and more tools and a better ability to surf the waves and not drown in what it means to be human, all the challenges of being human. But I still keep coming back to this sense that I can't put my finger on what would make me happy. I imagine having all the money I would ever need and removing my security scarcity issues, and I still don't think I would be happy. And when I really examine this within myself, when I really take a close look at where is this coming from within me, this sense of just never being able to feel peace, there is this theme that has run throughout my life of not feeling like I belong. Not just with family, because I grew up with a Portuguese mother, essentially raised, by a single mother. My dad has paranoid schizophrenia. We left home when I was very young and lived in refuges, council estates for a while. And we didn't have any family here in the UK, so it was me and my mum. So there's the familial lack of belonging. But it's actually more of like an existential crisis. It's like this sense that I don't belong on this planet. And I had a friend a couple of weeks ago, I co-hosted a day retreat with some friends. And we did eye gazing as part of that experience. And one of my friends who I was eye gazing with was looking at me and she said, "You're not from this planet. I've never seen it as strongly as I see it in you. You're not from Earth." And I think I've always known that, it's this starseed remembrance that this is not home. And what my heart really longs for is home. And I've spent so many years trying to find a home, a physical house, a location that would feel like home, even a person, something external. But there's just this really profound sense that regardless of what I do or where I go in this life, I'll never be home. And I long for home so deeply. And the home that I've been searching for, I don't think exists here on this earth plane. And accepting that the home that I've been searching for isn't here, it's really painful. It's really painful to just let the grief of knowing that, as a soul, I chose to come into this density and experience life on Earth, which can be so beautiful, and all the other things, but ultimately this isn't home. And I think part of me worries, will I ever be able to find peace and satisfaction and joy even out of being a human with that knowing? Because the levels of suffering and separation and the density here, it's so much. And I think being so highly sensitive, I'm super clairsentient, I feel so much, and I know so many other empaths and starseeds can relate, but I feel so much. And it's getting stronger. And I wonder, will I ever be able to find the peace that my heart seeks on this planet? And the idea that I won't feels like a prison sentence. And I have had suicidal tendencies in the past. I'm not suicidal now, thankfully, because I've witnessed that program. The suicide program, or the suicide story, is a program. It's a mental installation. You have to witness it, otherwise it will consume you. You have to witness it with awareness. I'll talk about that, more about that in a separate video. But there is a part of me that thinks, what's the point of being on planet Earth? When no matter how much I do, no matter how much I experience, how much love I get to connect with, this will never satiate. This place, this world, this planet, this plane will never satiate my soul's desire for home. To just return to what I can envision and feel in my heart, which is a much more harmonious, peaceful, loving way of being. And I know that at least for my current incarnation, the Earth plane will not look like that. It's a real starseed wound. It's a real starseed wound. And I don't know if there's any more you can say other than that. How do you remedy that? How do you rectify that? When you're an eternal being that has experienced different, much higher densities, when you've experienced what's possible, when you've experienced love, when you've experienced beauty, when you've experienced the heaven frequency, how do you navigate this human experience without going crazy, without giving up hope? And the thing that continues to drive me forward, the thing that kind of binds me to still being in this body, is that my soul wouldn't have come here if I didn't have a reason to be here. My soul wouldn't have chosen to incarnate at this time unless there was a purpose for it. Nothing is by accident. The divine doesn't make mistakes. And that is the thing. It's kind of beyond my own personal purpose. It's like serving something greater is what keeps me going. Being of service, knowing that my soul knew what the earth plane would be like and chose to come here anyway. So I'm sure I'm here for a pretty damn good reason. I'm sure we're all here for a pretty damn good reason if we chose to incarnate in this density with this level of division and separation and polarity. And I have to hold on to that. But it's tough. It's really, really tough. It's a homesickness that can't ever be remedied. Ever since I was a child, I looked up at the stars. I studied space. I was obsessed with space. I was obsessed with the night sky. I still am. And there was this remembrance in my heart. And it's really difficult being human sometimes. And I want to get to a place in this human experience where I can serve others and also really experience peace. And not feel like I'm constantly lacking something. And I know there are other wounds, there are other stories and narratives that I am yet to disentangle around my worth being tied up to productivity, and witch wounding. I know there's lots of other stuff that I need to disentangle, but this lack of belonging is just throbbing in me at the moment. But not at a you know, the level of friends, family. Like, I've got beautiful community around me in person and online. It's not belonging on this planet. Or at least feeling that way. So this turned out to be a much more vulnerable share than I expected it to be. But maybe in sharing it, it will help to validate another starseed who feels this way. And if it does, my job is done. So I see you if you're on this journey, if you're navigating this experience with this awareness. I see you, and you're not alone. There are many of us, and we did come here for a reason. Sending you all so much love. Speak soon.